All right. No, I'm not taking a picture. I'm recording this right now. All right. So on this date at this place with these folks right here. Hold on. I need you to clear up there. There we go, cameraman. All right. This was Diane Leffer and Matthew Ashby. Their wedding yesterday, which was August 30th. Me, Michael Parks, and Michael Parks' wife, Lindsay Parks, were attending this function when, okay, I'm going to need you to tell the account, your account, because this is what happened outside. I need your part first, because this is what happened. I want to tell it in sequence.
Yeah. That's fine. My husband, Michael Parks, and I, we're starting to leave to go outside to go home. We were ready to leave. He was walking to the car. I was going to go in and get my purse. 3 older gentlemen, white, came out, started cussing at us, calling my husband a pussy, chicken, walking away. Not sure what we were walking away from. We had no idea who the 3 individuals were. They were not part of the wedding party, because at this time the bar section of the VFW was open to the public. So my husband and I just, I told my husband, I said, just keep walking away, walking away. We continued to walk away. One of the older gentlemen kept following us, and then started calling me all kinds of names, bitches, you're going to let your man walk away, tell him to stand up for himself. So at that point I turned around, just kind of put my hand out, told the gentleman he needed to have a cigarette if that's what he came out here to do, or take his ass back inside, because tonight wasn't the night. At that point, he continued to grab onto me, which police took pictures of both my arms. I apologize, I have a sweatshirt on now, but had a clear handprint on my left arm and scrapes and bruises on my right arm from this gentleman. At that point, my husband came and threw a table and chair. So again, did not strike the gentleman yet, even after having his hands on his wife. It wasn't until the gentleman then moved his hands from my arms to my throat, my husband started to strike this man. At that point, I went to go inside to get the bride and groom to figure out who these old guys were, if they were uncles, something that we needed to know about them, and what their problem was. Before I knew it, both men were swinging, came back out, saw the guy on the floor with his hands in his pocket, and my husband, obviously, military, we didn't know what he was getting from his pocket, if anything, or if he was just putting his hands in his pocket. But for anybody that I know, you see someone reaching in their pockets, you make a move before you find out what they're trying to take out of their pockets.
We're all military trained, by the way.
Yes, all, yeah.
It was a military family wedding, and we're all military.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So at that point, it was maybe within a minute of that last incident that there was at least 4 police officers and vehicles at the scene. And if you notice, I don't know if you can see the address, but this VFW is at least 5 to 7 minutes outside of Madison in the boondocks, up on a hill. So to be completely honest, I'm not sure how police got there that soon, unless some shit was planned before these 3 white guys came out, because again, they were cussing at us about walking away, being pussies, stand up for yourself, and I'm not sure again what we were doing, that we needed to stand up for ourselves. But then so once the police got there, my husband,
All right, the incident that led up to my arrest goes like this. I was inside at the bar having water, and a Caucasian male, older gentleman, runs back into the establishment and says to the bartender, which was a female, to call the cops. I walk outside after the incident took place, and all I see is Michael Parks being pulled off of another fellow. and there's a couple people standing over towards the, or it's like in front of me, or to the right of the door. Whenever you come outside, they're standing on this side, and then Michael, them are on this side, and I overhear one of the gentlemen say, "You just gonna beat up an old man like that? You gonna hit an old man like that?" And I look to my brother's direction, and my brother screams, or is yelling at the top of his lungs. He's like, "He just tried to choke my wife. He just choked my wife." And then I said, "Hell yeah, he should have whipped his ass." That's just my opinion. But not even, I would say this, from me leaving the inside of the bar to walking across the parking lot, probably was a good 5 or 6 minutes. There was already like 2 or 3 police cars there. 2 or 3 police cars there. There's nothing really like it didn't take them any time to get there. And I was arrested, and I know it takes at least 5 minutes to. No, it took 10 minutes to get, with no traffic. It took 10 minutes to get to the Dane County Sheriff's detainee, whatever, for me to get to the jailhouse. It took approximately 10 minutes for me to get there. Before I get to the jailhouse, but what led up to me getting arrested even further is I walked. They had taken my brother to the other side of the parking lot because he had already been angry or whatever. I was trying to go over and calm him down, and I started walking back towards the bar. Walking back towards the bar is when I saw one of the officers walk in my direction. In my opinion, or from my understanding, I thought he was going to talk to Mike. He said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Who?" He asked me again. This is Officer Ramirez. He weighed 205 pounds. But I actually asked him who. I'm not asking it nicely either. He asked me. He said, "Can I talk to you?" I said, "Who?" "You." I said, "Who?" He said, "You." Sorry, I'm allergic to hornets. I gotta kill them on sight. But eventually we meet at the corner of somebody's vehicle, like one of the last cars on the side. And I'm not trying to walk towards him. I'm just trying to walk back towards the bar. And he said, "Can he ask me a question?" And I told him to ask me the question. He didn't ask me a question as when I told him to ask me the question, he reached to grab me, and I jerked out of the way like this. I just moved out of the way like, "You ain't asking me no question, you trying to touch me." And next thing I know, him and his buddy, I didn't even see where the other officer came from. He's like, "Get your hands on the car, get your hands on the car." I'm like, "Am I under arrest?" He didn't answer the first time. And then they detain me or put me on the ground. They throw me on the ground. One dude's got his knee in my back of my head, and his other knee in my rib. The other dude's got both my arms pinned to the ground, and they're yelling at me to put my arms behind my back. So I don't really know which one is on the car, on the ground, or behind my back. But they're yelling all three at the same time. And I'm like, "Am I under arrest?" That's what I asked. "Am I under arrest?" And Officer Ramirez, out of his mouth, says no. He has not asked me any questions, but I'm getting detained already. So what's happening is I'm walking back from Michael. I was asked, could I be asked a question? He never asks me a question. He tries to grab me. This is what I'm saying. He tries to grab me. He never asks me a question, and I move out of the way. Because I wasn't even outside during the altercation. So I don't know why he's asking me. And also, before he got to me, he had to pass everybody that was outside. There was a great big group of Caucasian people that walked outside, same time I did, but the only person that they decided to detain was me. And Michael, and of course, Lindsay. But I'm just saying, they walked past the entire group of people that were outside, more of which were actually outside when the altercation took place, to ask me a question. Officer Ramirez did that. And then they said that I resisted arrest, but I wasn't under arrest. And see, I wasn't told I was under arrest. I wasn't ever really told I was under arrest. And I wasn't read my Miranda rights. I was in the back of the cop car. I asked him, am I under arrest? He still said no. It wasn't until we drove off and started heading to the precinct or whatever we were going to. I don't want to know what to call it. I don't want to call it the wrong thing and somebody says I don't know what I'm talking about. Before I made it to the jailhouse, when I was on the road is when he told me I was being under arrest for resisting arrest and obstruction of justice or being obscene or something to the effect. Oh, let me go grab the paper real quick. Hold on, because I don't want y'all to say I'm lying. I don't want y'all to say I'm lying or nothing like that. I'm saying shit like this because I don't want it to seem all crazy or whatnot. The charge they're charging me with is resisting or obstruction. I don't know my social security number right there. But it says resisting or obstructing. I don't remember when, before me being in the cop car, I was being told I was under arrest. I wasn't told I was under arrest until I was already detained and I had already been manhandled and roughhoused and slammed on the ground, bruised up, scratched up, knees in my back. And then when I get to the precinct, I'm still asking what I'm getting charged with. Granted, this is what he told me, but I'm asking when did I become under arrest to be resisting arrest. He still hasn't told me anything. I'm asking repeatedly, what am I under arrest for? And I also ask, can I have my Miranda rights read to me? I didn't even get booked till I left. I was sitting in the cell butt naked. They took all my clothes. They just treated me like I wasn't even a human being, like I wasn't talking, like I wasn't asking legitimate questions. I only asked simple questions. Am I under arrest? What am I under arrest for? When did I do something wrong? Nobody had any answers. Officer Ramirez, the one who wrote up the report, they said I've overheard the report, them saying that I approached him, which I was not. I was walking towards. He was walking on a further outside, like coming more towards his right, and I was walking towards more so the cars. He came and walked towards me with his flashlight. And then that's when I got attacked. So I was attacked, detained by the police, then stripped naked without being under arrest. Or told I was under arrest until I was in the car and they said I was under arrest for resisting arrest or obstructing. But I wasn't even outside, and he never asked me any questions. Like, he didn't ask me a question. Shouldn't say never. He asked me a question. He asked me this question. He asked me, do I still live in California? And I told him that was a stupid question, because none of that has anything to do with the situation that was going on outside, nor did it have anything to do with me being arrested or a reason why I was being under arrest. It was just a bunch of gobbledygook. Like, it was really bogus. Like, I feel like my rights as a person were stripped of me. They took all my clothes off of me. They stripped me naked in a cell for nothing. They took me to jail for nothing. I did nothing wrong. I hurt nobody last night or this morning. It was between last night and this morning. It was like midnight or something. And nobody has any answers for me. But somebody had to pay $400 to get me out of jail. Over $400 to get me out of jail. For what? Why was I even arrested? I know I was arrested for being the only other black guy in the situation, because from my understanding, from what Lindsay heard, is when the officer was walking towards me, she was still towards the crowd walking behind him, and whenever he asked what was going on, they was like, there's the other black guy right there. It wasn't he had anything to do with it. I was inside when the incident took place. I came outside like, yo, y'all can... I was upset, yeah, but I didn't touch nobody. And I wasn't the only person yelling. There was a lot of white dudes yelling. I came outside, everybody was already yelling, but I was the only one arrested for being obscene or obstructing. Like, it's bogus. I really got arrested this morning, for being black on a Saturday at a wedding with a bunch of white people. And I'm not even racist. I'm just pointing out what happened. This is just bogus. Like, somebody needs to tell me something. Because I ain't got no criminal record. I done served this country. I done did a year in Afghanistan. I got an honorable discharge. I ain't got no criminal record. I wasn't even doing nothing wrong. I was actually sobering up. I was pretty much sober. I feel like I was sober right when I found out this didn't even happen. When I walked outside, I was already sober. And I feel like I was wrong. Like, I know I was wrong. What happened to me last night was wrong. And what happened to my brother last night was wrong as well, because he was defending himself and his wife, because it was 3 assailants that attacked them, but one of them ended up worse off, so it's his fault. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Like, it kind of sucks to be black in America in 2014 still, like we some type of, like, criminals. I'm not a criminal. Mike's not even a criminal. He has no criminal background. I have no criminal background. We both served. We both have honorable discharges. But yet, we at a function that we were invited to, and we get treated like we some party crashers that started a fight with somebody. How I didn't even hit nobody. I got hit by the police. I got slammed on the ground by Officer Ramirez, 205-pound ass, on some bull. And I was also insulted. My intelligence was insulted. Officer Candace. His last name was Candace. His first name started with an N. I was reading everybody's name tag. He says, "Oh, luckily you can read." Like, what is that, a shot because I'm black and in jail that I can't read? I didn't get here because I did something wrong. I got in jail because I asked a question. Started asking questions. And they said he's not cooperating. Nobody asked me any questions other than Officer Ramirez. Once I was already told then that I was under arrest for resisting arrest. When I was told that, that's when he asked me a question, do I still live in California? What does that have to do with anything? Like, I know I'm kind of babbling on for a long ass time, but I want everybody to hear everything that happened, because I know they're going to try to make it seem like I didn't come up, I'm not going to go out, I don't walk up to the police. I don't even like police. I don't like none of them. I don't talk to them. I don't even mess with them. I just be about my business. I was trying to be about my business last night. Drink me some water, sober up, let's get back to the crib, because they try to arrest my homeboy for some BS. Now they're trying to arrest me for some BS because I know. It's messed up. I got arrested for being black along with another black person last night. The only people that got detained, only people that got arrested last night were the 2 black guys there. 2 black people got arrested at a military wedding with mostly white people. The only 2 black people there got arrested last night. That's exactly what happened. One for defending his wife, the second one for knowing the other one. That's my brother. Like, so it's just like, I don't get it. I consider him my brother, because he take care of me better than a lot of people. But I got arrested last night for being black on Saturday, or being black at a wedding, or being black and knowing somebody else black. Either way, I didn't commit no crimes. I'm going to need somebody to say something about this, so I'm talking to you, John Stewart. I apologize if I've been cussing, but you got Lindsay's testimony, and also we tried to have her file an assault charge on the 3 assailants that attacked them at the party, but they are saying they won't allow her to do it. They are not. They said the officers will handle it, blase, blase. We're not asking that. We're trying to file, she's trying to file an assault charge. So she's got to download the information, the form to file, I guess, somehow formally file a report about the incident. But they're not even trying to take the evidence. And it's just, I don't know. It's really crazy. I mean, if you got any more questions to ask me, just go ahead and shoot me something. But, yeah.